Hello. Mm, Making some tea. Welcome, welcome. Grabbing my hot beverage. Be over there at the creation station in a minute. Let me know how y'all are doing today. It feels like the Pacific Northwest up here today. I'm only going on the little bit of time I've spent up there. Tracks. It rained all through the night. Which when you what am I drinking? Today I'm drinking. Good morning, Martha. Morning, Ralph. Today I'm drinking Vanilla Spice Perfect Energy, but this is my second cup, and normally my second cup is English breakfast decaf, but I'm all out, and the store was all out, which is, I saved the wrappers for collaging. This one is what I normally drink uh, after my breakfast one, like with actual breakfast. I drink this one, and then later in the day, I drink this one. It's okay, Nicola. Mhm. Hope everybody's having a good day. It's really warm here yesterday, so I'm glad that we are joining. I'm glad that we are cooling off today. I don't need the air conditioner on, which is a loud, annoying noise in here. But I'm thankful for it, but it's like not fun to have when you're on video. Although I think the live stream yesterday, they said they couldn't hear it. Morning time or evening for you. Well, that's a good angle for me. Hold on a second. Navigating my way to my desk. All right. Let's see. It's raining and cooler here today. Yeah. Let's see. Well, Nicola, I will do another one at some point. I don't know when. I told the crew yesterday that joined, I don't want to have a schedule for that right now. So basically, we just left it that whenever I feel like it, we're going to do another Google Meet. They were wonderful, and I really enjoyed meeting y'all that came face to face, so to speak, and it was a good hangout. So cheers to that. And yeah, I really loved it. I just don't know that I can do it that often. So um, maybe, you know, I don't know what it'll work out to be. I don't even want to say, but it'll happen again because it was fun and I enjoyed it. And I think other people enjoyed it. But with my current schedule, I don't know that I could commit to a certain time frame with that, with what I'm currently doing. So, yeah. Yeah, it's I think right now for me to even say once a month, then that's like pressure. It sounds like such a uh I don't know. I know that I could say that, but then I feel pressure. So it might work out that it's around once a monthish. I'm trying to be loosey with it because I want to ease and I want to feel I don't want to feel a lot of pressure. That's the thing. That's the only thing. And so I will put that on myself. It's not you guys. So I don't want to do that to myself, but it may work out to be around once a monthish. Um but I'll just hit you up. I'll just put it out there and see what happens and the universe will make it so the bright people are available. Um but I did one on Wednesday and I did one on Saturday. We had a small group. It was nice because there was lots of, discussion and get to see people's work. Um, which brings me to an idea I had. It may fly, it may not, I don't know. Um, but I was thinking it might be fun every now and then on this live stream to invite one of you to share what you're working on and share your art process or something that you want to share that's creative with us. Um, so that might be something that we could do. Um, if you are, I'm not going to spring it on you today, but if anyone wants to today, we can do that towards the end. I think the streaming, if I invite a guest, it has to go vertical, is what I was understanding this morning. Um, so it would change the orientation of the live, and I don't know if I can do that mid live. I haven't done a lot of research on that yet, but it's an idea I had. So if that's something that was interesting to you, um, keep that in mind. You don't have to say anything right now, but maybe next week we can give it a try if someone wants to share. I say that because I was so inspired by the people on the meet that have done so much art and are creating in such unique ways. And I think it would be inspiring for other people to see that. And even though this is, quote, my channel, I feel like we're building a creative community here. And I would love other people to see what y'all are up to. Um, so, yeah, I think that's where that's coming from. And so today, for today's live stream, it seems like the internet is all me. So I'm not sharing it with a bunch of other people. And there's not any guests here. So we won't have a uh, distractions like I had last week. Epic fail for me in testing my distraction ability, which I had a very low threshold last week for that. Too hot. So, as you all know, I've been working on the art cards. I haven't done as much this week that I wanted to because of life and a little bit of changes. That's funny. That one's like one of my earlier ones doesn't even have a straight line right there. Um, but today, I've been contemplating this. As y'all know, I talk about drawing bigger all the time, which tends to be what I do. And a couple of y'all commented to embrace it, which is, I love that mentality, and I am doing that. Um, and then I had some suggestions like make a box and then try to keep it inside the box. That might work. But I also love the idea that maybe some bigger elements, will be interesting on the back of the card. Um, but today I have been accumulating all of this cardboard that normal people would throw away, like this pizza box. And this pizza box is actually thicker than those flashcards when I bought them. So, but I cut, I think this one's a 9 by 11 from the pizza box. And then I cut a square. I believe this is 11 by 11 or 11.5 by 11.5. Not exactly remembering. Um, to make some bigger art. And so I thought I would start that today with this smaller 9 by 11 one. I had seen some really some photos I liked of you guys are enough of the cardboard. I see the cardboard. I don't need to keep it in front of my face. um anyways, I had gone through a bunch of pictures when I've been accumulating my little sketches that I can incorporate onto the cards. So I've been like saving, favorites, um, and then going back through my favorites and drawing those cats and drawing, some of the nature. The morels popped up. We have a little morel mushroom patch here. And I foraged them last year. And this year I learned more about them. So I'm going to forage some of them this year, not all of them. Um, but you know, there's not like meals and meals of morels out there. It's probably like one meal of morels, but they are delicious. So yeah, I've been doing that. And so today before the stream, I wanted to get a little bit ahead. So I took the bigger sheet of the vellum and I looked at the picture that I liked of winter. Let me turn you guys around here. Let's see if we can see. So I've been using my iPad for the picture resources. They're easier than my phone. And I came across this one that I took Monday when Winter was crawling on the rocks behind the bus here. And I don't know if he was licking his chops or yawning or just smelling something yummy. And they open their mouths when they do that. But I really love that that pose. And so I thought that would be nice on a bigger sheet. So I traced him, not traced him, sorry. I did not trace him. I drew him with pencil first, which I normally don't do because I like to just go free with the pen. But you know, I thought it would help me with the live stream to just kind of have a guidance right out the gate that I can sketch him with the pens and then start working on this. Oh, I missed a corner there. Start working on this and do a larger piece. Um, I don't think I'm bored with my cards. I just want to experiment a little bit more with what I'm actually the same processes, but larger, if that makes sense. Um, you know, I think it'd be fun to maybe have a calendar with this kind of art or something like that. So we'll see. Make sure that you guys can see the picture or the paper. Can you guys see okay? Yeah, he does look vicious in that pose, Martha. Let me see if I can fix the camera a little bit here. All right. And I'm going to be doing the uniball to do his line work. I'm just going to keep it really loose right now because I noticed when I have less detail like that, you know, then I have the freedom to like make him look the way that I want to with color. Um, you know, I don't have to decide that until I'm getting ready to put him on the card, like what kind of um, paint or textures, you know, I want to do. So I want to kind of keep that open. And so I'm basically just going to do the outline of him with the pen and then start working on the collage aspects, if that makes sense. Okay. Got to get the pencil going. Pen, not pencil. The cats are in the home bus this morning, probably going, what the heck? We're totally not in our routine because it rained and it rained and it rained and it rained this morning, so we didn't have time to take them out before my live stream. So they're having to wait, and I think they're a little bit like confused. Kinsey was confused too, but she came over with me, so she's in here and she's happy. And this is making my larger drawing feelings happy, that I'm going larger on purpose right now. I'm just going to leave that kind of alone for now. Some details that I got to figure out. I also switched directions in my bus. I decided to, I'd gone back and forth. I've been over here, I've been over there. There's two benches in here. I like this one better, this side better, because I have the creek view behind me. On that side, I have my home bus behind me. Also, the downside on this side is if it was a sunny day, it would get too hot because I would be baking in the sun right now. But um, I do like both sides, but this side is also a more direct line to the Wi-Fi, which makes me feel more confident about that. Okay, I'm not going to do too much more detail on him right now because I want to work that out on the card. Also, yesterday I was walking over here and I thought I saw this on the Luna moth on the ground, but it was just the wing. So that's the kind of stuff I do. When I see something on the ground, I pick it up and sometimes I keep it. Um, but yesterday I had I wonder if it's on here. Let's see. I was out with the cats by myself and oh yeah. So I don't know if you guys can see this. I had never seen this in real life. So the nymph exoskeleton of a dragonfly was on this tree. Good morning. Hey, Jerry. Uh, this is the iPad 12.1, I think. iPad Pro, I think. I got it in, this is my second one I've got. I've had this one I got in 2023. At the time, I was very heavy into doing digital commissions for the nomad community. I do a lot of like sticker designs and rig designs of people that have vans and schoolies and stuff like that. I don't do as much now, but I was doing that a lot. And then my first iPad Pro that I did commissions on broke, and so I had to get another one to kind of keep the train moving, so to speak. So yeah, I saw this on the tree trunk where we walk, and then I was walking a little bit further away where Winter was hanging out around here, which is a couple steps away, and I saw this guy crawling on the ground, and he looked very new to life, and he creeped up right there and just hung there. And of course, I Googled about it right away, and it is what happens. But then after that, I saw this exoskeleton on the ground. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm wondering if he emerged out of that exoskeleton and the other one was just a different dragonfly because he's so close to that. But all that to say is what a cool thing to see. I was like, I'm set for the day. I don't need to see anything else. Um, so that was really interesting. And I shared it with some of my friends, one of which is like a huge dragonfly person with dragonfly tattoos and stuff. But have you guys ever seen that? Yeah, skeletons are so cool. Yeah, I was like, what? This is amazing. What can I make with this exoskeleton? Probably I mean, I have a little resin thing, but I don't know. I've never done it, so I don't know if I could do something with that or not. Okay, nature talk. That was fun. Yeah, so I'm just gonna pretend this is a smaller card and start going for it. So if I think about it being a bigger card, then I might psych myself out a little bit. My current organization method for my collage stuff is this is my smaller working pile of things I've been doing for the cards. And then this is my more organized, larger pile that I haven't been pulling from, but I thought I should have it over here because I'm going bigger today. I might need bigger stuff. Now, there's a bunch more that's in containers that isn't out. Um, but if I had all of that out, I would be frozen with what do I do with all this stuff? So that's kind of what I'm working from today, plus the little bits of stuff that I've sketched this week to make cards with. I haven't done dragonflies as far as recently. I've drawn them before. I've always throughout throughout our bus life journey, they seem to be a constant, and we really love them, and they eat mosquitoes and they have such cool meanings and stuff. So I haven't actually incorporated them into any art, but I might do that. Butch got one the other day and I had to rescue it. He doesn't know how cool they are. He just thinks they're fun to play with. I also, before I asked everyone's opinion, I had ordered some glue sticks because I was running out. So I'm using this Oohoo nature-based glue. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I've used it quite a bit this week, so I only have like that much left. But it seems to stick good. Don't know where my glue paper is. Thought I got everything ready. You never know. No, that's okay. I don't get it right now. This is too graphic-y. I want more wordy stuff. The words. You have to let me know what you guys are working on today. That's kind of cool. This is like historical stuff. I don't want to cut that. I might use that. I guess rip it is the right word. That's a piece I ripped from. Does anyone still read the paper? I used to laugh at that idea, and now I'm like, I might read the paper again. Might get some big chunks out before I start gluing. Something I noticed I was doing with the cards is wishing I would have not glued the thing down because I would want, so for example, if I glued this down all the way and then I wanted that to overlap this, it's a project to get that unglued to lift it up over that. So I think I'm going to kind of get my big chunks laid out now. It's evolving. My process is always evolving. I'm going to get my big chunks laid out first, I think, without overthinking. That's the key for me. Stop overthinking shit. That's nice. I like that. Some kind of like paper. There we go. This one doesn't have any marks on it yet. Yeah, that might work. Something like that, I think I'll do. We'll see. Let's just start. Oh, that's a good idea. Uh, okay, Oohoo's good stuff. Archival, that's good. The fabric portrait. Oh my gosh, Martha. That is such a cool thing Martha is doing with the stitching. Ralph's working on a baby chick watercolor painting. I love that. And yeah, learning by reading is good. I like that idea. I think I'm gonna have to take a day, maybe this week, because my husband starts, he was working part-time and now he starts full-time this week. So um, I will have my schedule adjusted where I spend more time in the art bus. But I need to take a day, I think, or maybe chunks of several days and process all my cardboard and trash before it becomes a nest for someone or something, you know? Like I need to cut it all down and organize it so I know what I have. Uh, I have an epiphany that I've a little bit of an epiphany this week. I always like when I have those because it makes me feel like I'm still learning. And as long as I feel like I'm still learning, it feels good, you know? Um, which is I make my own rules, of course, you know, but why do I need rules? Like sometimes I just don't even need rules and I make them anyways. So my epiphany is to not maybe not do that so much. No, this is the right piece. Maybe I don't need extra rules in my life. Example is, you know, the whole drawing smaller versus larger thing. Like why does it matter? Just go with it. You know, see what happens. Explore, be uh curious. Trying to find something that I can maybe put that I like right there. But don't know what that is yet. Not gonna worry about it. It's not coming to me. We're just gonna find it later. Am I in? There I am. Okay. Hmm. Eileen says, trying my Dynaflow paint on the gel plate. Ooh. I have a gel plate, but and that I've done a little bit of experimenting on, but I don't know what the Dynaflow paint is. And then sometimes I like to leave a wrinkle because it's fun. Um, Martha likes Scotch Create glue stick. Someone else likes Scotch. I had that in my mind after I had ordered, before I asked everyone's opinion, I had ordered these, but I saw somebody else. Maybe it was I don't know who it was. I've seen that art glitter glue too. I don't know if that smells. I definitely need things that aren't smelly because that will. I'm kind of sensitive about that stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this for a minute. This is kind of the beginnings of what I would say is the front. And then I'm gonna start working some stuff on the back. Um, I showed the live crew, I think yesterday. My husband is working at Lowe's, a hardware store here in East Tennessee. Um, and he brought home treasures for me, which I was like, this is better than French fries, and I like French fries. So I got these cards. They're like, I think they had a sample and a price label on them. So I think these were throwaways, but they're like plastic, which is pretty cool. I don't know how many I have there, but I have no ideas for those yet. And then some of these labels, which are really cool. So I've been doing like receipts or sticker labels or stuff on the back, but also for other collages. Um, One of my newer subscribers was commenting about the toxicity of retail receipts, which I hadn't really thought of as being a thing, but I could see that. I still have to remind myself that I'm experimenting and that I'm doing this for the process. Sometimes it gets to be, I'm judging the outcome before it even is starting to reveal itself. The glue stick's gone. But when I just focus on the process of it, I have a lot more fun. Okay. Let's see here. Sometimes I leave bits off that I should have cut off. Where is the X-Acto box? Where did I put you, X-Acto box? I organized so well that I don't know where I put it. That's funny. Scissors it is. I should have cut this off before I did that. There we go. Okay. I keep reaching for that. It's not the glue stick. Need to put the Mod Podge over here. I was this week's years old when I was educated that this is called Mod Podge and not Mod Podge. So I was saying it wrong this whole time. But honestly, I have to say I've never really read the label. So, yeah, that's my defense that I didn't read the label. I think Mod Podge is also a better name, don't you? Let's see. Oh, that's good. It doesn't smell. Allie, welcome. Happy Easter to those that celebrate. Let's be careful in that. You're gonna make a thing you don't want to do. I'm gonna wait. Get back to that. I know I can go over here on this one. I don't want to work. Yeah, so I'm excited because I feel like this week, my new little work schedule that I have, uh, it'll be more dialed in, and so my art time will be. I'll have more of a consistent art time. So it'd be good to spend more time in here. Remember, everything's bigger. I'm gonna do a little, instead of a stripe, let's do a shape. Mix it up. I also have some darker. I think this is darker. I'm not sure. Let's see. I ran out. I'm running out of this. I'm curious about this. Well, I think those are the same. It just looks darker, maybe because there's more layers. Well, that's good. I have lots of that left. I just got out of the spa. Deviled eggs. There you go. Don't tell my husband. He's going to get deviled eggs on the brain and spend all day making them. I do like some deviled eggs here and there too. I'm pulling from the big pile because I'm having a big piece here. So the little pile is, the pieces are so little. Some more of that. Pretty color. This is why I'm making a pile of sketches, because I like having options to pull from, like this tissue paper. I like having like ones that I can, oh, that almost looks like a cat foot, doesn't it? I like having options about moving things around, or, you know, what can go where. So it's been fun to kind of batch the drawings a little bit. Well, thank you all for choosing to spend time with me today. That's, you know, there's lots of options to things to do, and I'm really grateful to hang out with y'all. Wonder if I can open the window since it stopped raining and we could hear the birds too. I'm gonna do that. Sounds out there right now. There we go. Can you guys hear that? You got it, Martha. Oh, oh, didn't glue, did it? Wonder if I can miss that right there. Maybe there's a X-Acto in here. What happens when I organize? I lose things. Mm-hmm. Oh well. Not gonna worry about it right now. Make some blue over here, maybe. I guess that's one good thing about that glue that has a color and it changes, is you can see if you got the whole area coated. think the happenstance, like when I fold things over, that's my favorite because it's like a cause and effect thing where I'm not really in control of that at all. I mean, I'm placing this knowing that that will go over, but I'm not thinking about that ahead of time. So it's kind of like a pleasant surprise when I see what happens over here. Yeah, permanent is the important thing, huh? It's permanent, strong and fast, nature-based, solvent-free, made in Germany. Hmm, I'm not sure about that. I think winter will cover this tomato picture. I might just leave it. Hmm, I do it that way. Oh no. Let's get him a little bit more manageable here. You guys want to hear a little funny story? Uh, when we had our little Chihuahua, Kona, he was my little soul pup. He crossed the bridge mm, June 2024. And we had winter for, I think, 2 weeks before that. But Kona, I guess he was 15 or so when he passed. And I used to take, a ton of pictures of him and our other dogs, Bandit and Roscoe and stuff like that. But um, I used to tell my husband, I wish we could get paid to adore our animals. It was kind of back before people were having, you know, accounts that are just animals, where they are getting paid because they're doing videos of their animals or little memes or whatever. But anyways, this was before that. And yesterday when I was out with them, um, it's like there's no amount of money. What I'm trying to say is I get paid in the enjoyment. Like it's priceless to spend time out there with them and be with them in their element of like sitting on the rock or hunting for creatures or basking in the sun. Butch likes to go roll in the warm sand when the sun's been baking on it. And they are teaching me a more meditative life. Like I'm enjoying the little things. And um, you really just can't put a price on that. So it's kind of cool that, I used to say that I used to wish I could get paid for adoring the animals, and what they actually provide is so much more than money could ever do. Let's see. How late are you? Hi, Wendy. You are, if it's really 1:50, uh, you're 52 minutes late, or you're 50 minutes late by the time you said that. but welcome. And I'll probably go a little over. Um, so I know I won't finish this. I don't think I'll finish this today, but we're gonna have fun getting to wherever we get. So I'm going with a larger card today, Wendy. This is a 9 by 11 piece of cardboard and from the pizza box. Because I'll be damned if I'm going to throw anything away. um, these little cheap flashcards from the Dollar Tree were, $1.25. And I bought them several months ago before I started this project. But the pizza box is thicker cardboard than this. And almost everything that I've been recycling is thicker cardboard than this. So it just takes a little bit of work to make them. And I figure I have no shortage of trash. So I'm just gonna keep on recycling. I think a morel would be cool on that. Now looking through my existing card stash, which is I'm stealing from my card stash for ideas. But yeah. But on the front, the cat is the main focus, but this is you know, this is me making up rules again. So I think I'm gonna do something like that. Maybe the creek over here. My neo colors. Mid Creek comes over here a little bit too. A little bit of a shadow there. Sun coming in. Sun's coming out. All right, that's kind of good. Maybe we'll make some brush. Got it. And get bigger brushes out. This one's good. It is better to break the rules. Oh my gosh, you own a daycare. Yeah. Bless you. I worked at a daycare once, and then I had my own daycare of 6 children. Oh man, you think I'd have more patience when I see a wild child out in the creek. Oh, it's just my nervous system. All right, we'll play with that. You made me think of something, Wendy, a memory when I was younger, trying to figure out my life and what I wanted to do. And my mom had said, when I told her I wanted to be an artist, she had said that, I'll never make any money as an artist, so I should do something else. And well, I was also, she said I couldn't go away to college. That was the thing. Everyone should go to college, So that's how it was growing up. And I wanted to go away. I wanted to get out of my hometown. And she said I couldn't go away. I had until I did 2 years at the community college. And so I got enrolled at the community college, and I changed my um, passion for art to education. And so I thought, I'll teach because I had worked in a daycare as a younger kid, and you know, it can't be that much of a big deal. Um, so one of my first jobs at a daycare, wait, backtracking here. Yeah, no, I'm not backtracking. Um, so my mom, so I started going to the community college, and I changed my major to education. And my mom passed away when I was 20, and I think one of my first jobs after that was at a daycare, a childcare, not a childcare, a private school. And I, when you look back and you're like, why did I do that? Um, I don't know that I needed the money like that desperately, but I had tickets to see 10,000 Maniacs in Orlando. 10,000 Maniacs was a band that Natalie Merchant had. Some of you might remember. And I had tickets to see her. And I started working at this private school as a pre-K teacher, which you didn't need a degree for. Well, I think I did this side I didn't want to do, but that's okay. We'll make it work. So the first thing they told me is that orientation, parent orientation, was the night of the concert. And I was 21 or something, and I was like, well, I have this concert. I want to go to this concert. And they were like, well, if you go to the concert, you won't have this job. So I was like, okay. So I sold my tickets to see 10,000 Maniacs, and started work at this private school. And I should have known when they said that I had to wear a skirt that this wasn't the job for me. But I did it. And the school year hadn't finished up yet. It was getting close to where they want to have you commit to the next year. And so they called me, the principal, director, blah, 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 whatever guy. He called me in and, talked to me about signing up for the next year. Well, I had this little girl in my class, and she was tiny. Like, she was a small child for her age. And she was also very, very adorable, but she could also be a little spitfire. And I remember getting in her face one day because of she was having some attitude. And I had no experience, other than babysitting kids. And I got in her face it surprised me how much I got in her face. And I was very upset with myself for getting so upset with her. And they knew all of this. Everyone knew all the things that were this little girl, and she was like my problem child. But I told him I cannot stay. I cannot continue to work here. I don't feel like I'm a good fit for this. You know, the fact that I got in her little face, and she's just like 4. Like, I don't think this is for me. And he's like basically trying to talk me into staying on after I'm telling him like this isn't working out, you know. It's too many, there's too many of them, I'm having too much stress at such a young age. So that was I did quit, and they were upset that I didn't continue. I mean, I waited till the end of the year so they didn't have to like try to replace me or anything. But that was my epiphany, like, no, 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 no. Education's not what I'm gonna do. And so I changed my major from education to graphic design. Um, so yeah, uh, and then I went on to have 6 of my own children. God, crazy lady. And they all survived, and we all survived that, and here we all are today now. But damn it, if I didn't miss that 10,000 Maniacs concert, and then they weren't a band much longer. So that was it for me. Years later, I got to go see Natalie Merchant. I think she opened for Sting, which I was way more excited to see Natalie Merchant than Sting. I mean, at the time, it was like she ranked higher than Sting. I think she still does, but um, yeah. So the moral of the story is, uh-oh, dude, don't let them do that. Wow. Yeah, hilarious. You also went to graphic design school. Yeah, I would like to say I look back fondly on those years of being the teacher at the school, but it was a lesson for sure. And it also taught me what I didn't want to do. So I'm glad I did it to learn that I didn't want to do it. But I'm sure if it was a different environment, it might have been a little bit better, but I felt very controlled there, with all of their rules that they had and all the little different requirements for very little money. But it's a different time. There was almost a dogfight just now, which is why I got distracted. So, am I cutting off cardboard? No, I'm not. Okay. I'm one of those crazy animal people that love and worry about animals more than people because animals count on us. Like they don't know, they need us. That's not glued very good. But the little doggies that are over there barking and fighting now are gonna be going on the road soon, maybe this week even. So I have to try not to worry about them too much. All right, I think I got a good base going on for the back and the front. Let me get tissue. The thing about the pencil sketches now, I feel like I need to erase some of it. Wow, it's weird to see something so big when I'm used to having it be so small. Huh, I don't hate it. It feels different, but I know it's pretty much the same, just bigger. Yeah. 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 Oh, thank you. Yeah, animals are, um, more fun. I mean, you guys are great. It's what I'm talking about is, people in general that either are mean to animals or are clueless about how much they need us to help them. But yeah, that took me longer than I thought, but also I'm not mad because I thoroughly enjoyed that. Um, I think what I'll do is uh, let this sit for a bit. Um, I'm going to finish building a catio today for my friends. I didn't build it from scratch like my catio on the back of my bus. They bought a catio that you put together. And so we've been working on that in the afternoons to try to give their cat a space because their cat is happier kind of by herself instead of with the crew. So, oh, I'd love to see that, Caroline. Yeah, so collage, it's a big surprise for me. I didn't, you know, I am fairly new at the practice of collage, and so it's checking all the boxes for the different mediums and being able to use line drawings that I love to make. And ink has always been a constant throughout my whole life, drawing with ink. So I really like that. I'm kind of teetering with the idea of splurging eventually on one of those Lamy pens and kind of see the different line thicknesses and stuff. Because I also want to uh, play with that. I have microliners, but the Uniball has stood out to me more than the microliners because of the um, I like the scratchiness of it, but also it tends to draw better on all the mediums. It still gives me a little bit of hiccups every now and then, but it'll go over the watercolor, I mean the Neocolor crayons, the watercolor acrylic. If the glue's dry, it'll go over the glue. Um, so um, I like the way that the Uniball draws and glides. I like the feeling of it. Um, it's also waterproof and fade proof, but the microliners, I have several of them. Um, but they don't tend to like I have the actual drawing microliner, I guess, brand. And then I have the Faber-Castell and Prismacolor brands of pens too. But the Uniball right now is my favorite. I like the texture of it. I like the feeling of it. I don't think it comes in different thicknesses, but for my hands and the way it feels and the way that it scratches and stuff, I like it a lot. So I'm going to keep going with that. And then I think I might draw some more line art for this specifically instead of stealing and using my card stack. But I still have, I think I'm not even halfway on my 52 cards. Um, yeah, we've gone over today. But I'm not mad about it. Um, I'm happy with the progress, and I'm excited to see how the week goes with my new availability of being able to be in here more. Um, yeah. So I think I'm going to wrap this up. Um, Next week or this coming week, we have the Friday video and then just the regular live stream on Sunday again. Be thinking if you want to pop in, I'd love to hear from you sometime before that. It's an open invitation. If you want to pop in and show your work, um, send me a message or um, email me. I don't know if you can email me from my profile, but it's natsilverart@gmail.com. You can email me and let me know that you would like to pop on, and we can do that next week. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. And however you do today, I hope it's the best for you. And so grateful for each of you. So keep going, keep creating, and remember to be kind to yourself. All right, y'all.